Today's topic is the introduction of artificial intelligence to strengthen the Industrial Revolution in South Africa. But I'll be focusing on the inclusion of artificial intelligence as part of school curriculum to strengthen the Industrial Revolution in South Africa. This is my abstract. It talks about the stages of Industrial Revolution, and it also briefly explains about Albert Luthuli, who opposed to the apartheid system that discriminated a black child. Apartheid system had policies like the ban to education that discriminated a black child. There are some certain subjects that were only meant for a white child. Science and mathematics were only subjects for a white child. Our day-to-day life interacts with AI, be it on social media or workplace. Therefore, there is need for the school curriculum to address today's needs. This was alluded by Mrs. Tshangatshanga and Mr. Tshangatshanga during the interview, who schooled and lived in the apartheid era. Indeed, there is a need to decolonize education by introducing artificial intelligence subjects such as coding and robotics, and that was what Inkosi Albert Luthuli fought for. The fourth industrial revolution, where there is use of automation, AI, deep mechanism, and digitalization on focusing on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. Mr. Ndumisa Dlamini, an expert and an educator in coding and robotics at St. Monica's in Alfredo district, explained that artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence programmed in machines in order to mimic human behavior. Inkosi Albert Luthuli, who was a lay preacher in the United Congregational Church, a former general president in the African National Congress, and a traditional leader that opposed to the apartheid system that discriminated a black child. Apartheid system had policies like the ban to education system that discriminated a black child. They still a cry to the South African child. This was shown by the 2015 hashtag Roads Must Fall, Fees Must Fall, and the other students protested in a way that rocked the South African higher institution of education, which called for the decolonization of education, especially academic curriculum. However, there is a need to start from basic education, where learners should be exposed to such programs, since everyone is already exposed to the artificial intelligence environment. For example, chatbots are used across all sectors by all companies. Mazulu Tshangatshanga, a 73-year-old, a housewife, told me during the interview that the ban to education was created to limit jobs for the black child. Tshangatshanga, a 56-year-old, an educator of a high school, also stated during the interview that the ban to education system limited jobs for the black children only to general hands. Therefore, the inclusion of artificial intelligence as part of school curriculum to strengthen the Industrial Revolution in South Africa must be a matter of agency in order to open job opportunities for young people in this fourth Industrial Revolution. This research will use qualitative and statistical approach, which will be reflected in my data collected through interviews and secondary data such as case studies, both international and local reports, academic literature, and my analysis. Interviews will also provide more evidence on the ground about the need to use artificial intelligence. They will not only provide evidence, but knowledge on artificial intelligence. Interviewees were selected randomly from old-age people who lived during the apartheid era system and experienced the ban to education system and an expert in artificial intelligence. All responses were recorded in an instrument, questionnaire, video and audio capturing. So this is what is my evidence. I interviewed Ms. Tshangatshanga, but unfortunately I do not have a sound. So let me move on.
Okay.
Both Mazulu Tshangatshanga and Tshangatshanga alluded to the fact that the branch education system was crafted in order order to disadvantage black children. All this was an indication that the school curriculum should include subjects relevant to the fourth industrial revolution, and this was supported by Mr. Ndumiso Dlamini. There are various social media applications that use AI, like WhatsApp, where it generates answers for any questions. Other applications used by institutions of higher learning, like UNISA Invigilation application since 2020 during the COVID-19, where students wrote their online examinations. The fourth industrial revolution requires the use of automation, deep mechanism, and digitalization on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. In thus, Albert Luthuli, who was a lay preacher in the United Congregational Church, a former general president in the African National Congress, and a traditional leader that opposed the apartheid system that discriminated a black child. AI tools are used every day, such as in social media and other applications that generate formal reports for various companies in the world of work. Therefore, there is need for the school curriculum to address today's needs, such as the inclusion of subjects such as software design, basic programming, coding, and basic statistics, among other composite subjects. And this is my bibliography. I thank you.